I've been married almost 40 years. My wife is a fighter. I'm a fighter. We both come from violent families. Back in the day, 30 years ago, the two of us could fight for 5, 6 days at a time. We did not know how to end the damn fight. We did not know how to give each other an apology and accept the apology and move on. It just went on and on and on. I don't know if you can relate to it. How to give a good apology. There's something no one teaches us. I'm going to teach it to you right now. How to give a good apology, one that works, and builds your partner out, and how to accept a good apology and dare to take yes for an answer and allow yourselves to move on. This is an integral part of what we call in relational life therapy, relational living, repair. And I got bad news for you. All relationships are an endless dance of harmony, disharmony, and repair. Closeness, disruption, and a return to closeness. I got this from the infant observational researcher, Ed Tronick, who was the first, along with Barry Breslin, to actually stick a camera in front of mothers and infants. The infant is molded in the mother's arms, and then there's gas or noise or hunger. The infant freaks out. The mother freaks out. They're both freaking out. And then the pacifier is accepted or the gas passes or whatever. Back to harmony again. Chronic says this is the essential rhythm of all relationships. And as a couples therapist for 40 years, I agree with it. My name is Terry Real. I am the founder of Relational Life Therapy, a method of doing relational therapy for couples and individuals and families. I have been doing couples therapy for many decades, and I'm also a husband of almost 40 years. So there ain't nothing I'm going to tell you that I don't do in my own life on a good day anyway. Repair. We're not taught the skills of repair in our culture. We're not even taught that repair is necessary. Instead, we're given the bullshit that a great relationship should just be all harmony. Like a great body is a 20-year-old's body, and a great sex life is a brand new relationship sex life. Nonsense. It isn't that trust is forged between us because of our harmony. Real trust, deep trust, comes from an endless cycle of harmony, disharmony, and repair over and over and over again. 20 times in the course of one dinner conversation, or played out over decades during the course of one long-term relationship. Apology is a central element of repair. You are not going to be forgiven if you're not accountable. Accountability is the ticket to being accepted, having a disgruntled partner move back into repair with you. So what's a good apology? Well, let me start by what it ain't. It ain't yes, but, which is the way most of us apologize. Yes, but you. Yes, but you have to understand. Yes, but I didn't do it the way you said I did. Yes, but yes, that ain't an apology. The first thing I want to tell you is if you're going to make an apology, land on the damn thing. I did it. You're right. I give it to you. Period. End of story. Stop hedging your bets. Stop defending yourself. Surrender. And in doubt, yield. Surrender. It's very hard, particularly for many men, to surrender to our partners. You were late. Yes, I was late. And you're often late. Yes, I can often be late. Don't defend yourself against, quote unquote, the attack. I call this bearing your neck with the fang. Here, this is a good spot, right? Take a bite out of that one. Stop defending yourself and yield. Yes, I did it. Now, what's interesting is dysfunctional moves in a relationship are moves that disempower our partner. So when I'm talking about repair, one of the skills for the disgruntled partner is what I call learning to stay particular. You were late this Tuesday. Deal with this Tuesday, not last Tuesday, a year ago, 10 years ago, you always, you never. That's the usual escalation that gets us nowhere. It starts with the particular, you were late last night. It moves into pile up the night before, a year ago, blah, blah, blah. And then it moves into trend, from particular to trend. You always, you never. You're always late. You're never on time. And then from trend to character. You are a selfish person who doesn't give a good goddamn about everybody else. Particular, you were late. Trend, you're always late. Character, you're a selfish person who doesn't care. That's the usual escalation that we get into with each other. And I want you to notice that each move up the ladder renders your partner more and more helpless. The more helpless you render your partner, the more dysfunctional and dirty the move is going to be. You're late. I'm sorry. I'm going to work on it. I can do something about it. You're always late. Okay. What am I supposed to do about that? You are a selfish person. All right. I guess I'll get into psychoanalysis. Call you in 10 years when I have a different character. There we are. Each move pounds your partner into the ground. So I teach people when they're confronting each other to stay particular and not up the escalation ladder. But here's something really kind of cool. If your partner outs you, you were late, you're always late, you're never on time, you are a selfish person, each move up the ladder is dirtier and more paralyzing. But if you're giving an apology and you out yourself, each move up the ladder will be more satisfying to your partner. I'm late. It's not the first time I've been late. I can do that. I can keep people waiting. I'm often late, trend, and I can be sort of selfish. I've got ADD, I lose track of time, and I really don't think about other people waiting for me. I get caught up and I de facto privilege my time over yours. I have that character flaw. I'm really going to work on it. Now that's an apology. I did it. It's not the first time I've done it. And it is a weakness in my character to do things like it. And then here's what I'm going to do to address it. Let me surrender that. Let me be generous about that. And what would you like? The golden question following an apology is there something I could say or do right now that would make you feel better? Right now is the operative phrase. Well, you could have not been late. Well, that's the past. I can't do anything about it. From now on, promise me, let me reassure you, I'll do my very, very best. But right now, is there something I could say or do that would help you feel better? And when your partner tells you, unless it's jumping off a local bridge, guess what? Sure, give it to them. That's called making peace. And remember, when you're faced with an unhappy partner, put yourself at their service. Your job is to help them feel happier with you. Why? Because it's in your interest. You live with them. It's what I call enlightened self-interest. This isn't about you. Own your stuff. Say you're sorry. Reassure them and get on with your life. It's not about giving in to them. It's about behaving with generosity in a relationship that will sustain you. It's in your interest to take ownership of your imperfection without being defensive about it, show compassion for the impact of that imperfection on your partner, and try and make repair. Thank you for listening. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Add your comments to the bottom of this video. And if you want more, subscribe to my YouTube channel and hear more sage advice from me. Take care.